I arrive at one point where I achieve financial freedom and I feel empty. What this means, like I feel without, any more aspiration. But
Hi, everyone. My name is Pete Ferrari. Welcome to the Super Self podcast series. I have got a incredibly interesting guest today, Dr. Jacopo Iaciello. How are you, Dr. Iaciello?
Peter, super good. First of all, because your smile is really give energy, and second of all, because you have last name Ferrari. Like I'm, I'm from Napoli, and I love every Italian people in the world.
This is good. Yes, we're special people, and we know that. So I'm excited. Yeah, I'm super excited to speak with you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
especially because of your background. Dr.
Mhm.
Eiello is a career entrepreneur. He started his first company at 18 years old, a chain of jewelry stores, and those subsequent endeavors took him all the way through from Naples, Italy, to Africa, to now Miami, where he basically is a juggernaut in the South Florida real estate space down here in South Florida where we live. So I'm excited to talk today to Jacopo because he's also got an incredible book out. The title of the book has become my new mantra: healthy, rich, and happy. That's absolutely what I want to be. So I'm looking forward to talking about that, as well as an MPBE platform that he has created to make it so. So with your permission, sir, let's just jump right in.
Yeah, Peter. First of all, is really appreciate your introduction, and I am in love to share through this book, contribute to other people to becoming healthy, rich, and happy. Because this reward is something you create in your life with action and with strategy, and you maintain with action and strategy.
Yeah, it's an excellent point, and I can't wait to dive into that. Really, what's interesting for me as well, though, is your background. Particularly, if I could rewind to the beginning, you had a pretty catastrophic event when you were 17 years old. Your path was charted, and you had to go into a major reset at a very early age in order to adapt and overcome. And I'd love for you to share with us a little bit about that part of the journey, because I think our listeners, we're all in various stages of resetting parts of our lives. And so to the extent that you've done it so successfully, I think your wisdom would really be valuable here if we go back to the injury when you were playing high level soccer.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. Like, I believe in something, Peter. When you have something really difficult in early in your life is becoming more easy later. And I want to share with you why. Think about my life, like when I starting, I coming from a loving family, two beautiful father and mother, grandfather, like Italian style, really, you know what does it mean,
Of course.
yeah. And what's happening, my goal, I have seen until, when I started my life, I started with the desire to becoming professional soccer. But before this, I have intention, attention to people that obtain success in their life. And really in early age, I started to read the different biography about entrepreneur, business people, people they obtain different kind of success to in normal life, like in the life like Mother Teresa, San Francisco, all this kind of thing. And think about, from 7 years old up to 17 years old and a half, I have only this dream. I want to becoming professional soccer. At 14 years old, I leave my house, Naples, where I go through for 2 3 years around different city in Italy to play professional soccer. And after I have this big injury, and everything changed over there. The sadness arrived. I don't know what does it mean sadness before that. I don't know what does it mean have a problem where you don't know how to resolve. But I arrived this moment arrived in my life, and I need the change. At that time, some word resonate in my mind, and at that time, I have really deeply relationship with my mother and my father both. But my mother give me some good word at that time, helped me a lot. And she told me, "Don't worry, you will succeed wherever you will do in your life." And Peter, when you have different difficult moment, some kind word to people near you loving you is so important, And my mother shared this word, and from over there I starting to realize different kind the idea. I have the possibility, I have the capacity to bring something different, to create something different, and with a lot of audacity. I starting my career in the business sector, and starting from less than zero. What it means, my family don't have experience in business, because my mother is a teaching, and my father is an engineer, and I starting to really understand what I want to do in my life. But I have this creativity from really, really young age, and I starting in Napoli with one shop, and after I take the money from government of Italy, and I open more than 20 shop, make this company, really, um, really big. I do big number and starting my life in the business aspect, But before, I have a lot of different aspect where I really go down, and I will never stop because I'm a creator and I believe in creation.
Yeah, it's fascinating because I mean, you really took it to the max. You've got a PhD in international business. You're now in the real estate world down here in South Florida, which is hugely competitive. Some of the big, all the big hedge funds are here, so the competition is just readily apparent. It's overcoming at all times. So I think that you've got the building blocks that you created, I'm guessing with the MBPE program, is really what has testified to your longevity and your degree of success continuing to compound over time. So I'd love to dive into the MPBE and talk a little bit about that. Please share that with us. It's amazing stuff.
Yeah, Peter, like what's happening in this book, I share, two aspects now I realize is so important in my life. First of all, when I started my career in business, and when I started to create this company in the jewelry space, I don't know, I don't have idea how create, I don't have idea how generate energy. And what's happening, I really realized now, after up and down, how is important, first of all, starting from generating inside the energy you need to go after your goal. And for this reason, I assembled this method called MPBE, and all these step made like M for meditation, morning, pray, biohacking, and exercise. They coming in different moment of my life. The exercise part coming when I was super young, and I realized how is important really to be every day in the sport, to do sport, to do create something for you. And the other part is coming because I have really down moment in my life where I feel alone. To if I arrive at 28 years old, where I already generate some, success economically and in the business, where I'm becoming financial free, and where I'm moving to United States to amplify my capacity to create more opportunity. And what's happening, this method, the first part of is meditation transcendental in particular I utilize every day. And I meditate, and I wake up really early in the morning, around 4:35 in the morning. Why? Because I realize this, Peter, it's so important to understand where your creativity, where your energy working better, and apply in this time of the day where your capacity is in the most powerful moment.
No, it's so true. I'll share with you that usually by 4:30 in the morning, I'm in the gym already. And I save, to your point, I save all of my hardest thinking. Like if I have to process a bunch of numbers in a big cash flow model, or if I have to do something that's hyper analytical, I wait until I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, sit at my desk for an hour, hour and a half, then go to the gym. Because it's amazing how much crisper you are first thing in the morning. It really helps. That's when I do all the hard stuff. And then as the day goes on, I tackle the easier stuff all the way up through finally enjoying dinner and settling down a little bit. And I think, it's just so important. And the meditation morning component should be an integral part of that, right? Because it's the meditation component for me is truly critical, because that's where you start to identify what it means for each individual person to be happy. So what does it mean to Pete Ferrari to be happy? What does it mean for person A, B, C to be happy in their terms? And then manifest that. Think about that. And to your point, that's how you put in the building blocks, so then you can execute and become. So I really take the things you say to heart. It's impressive the way you've compartmentalized it.
Yeah, and I think so, Peter. The most important part, people, like everybody, we have different story, and my particular story, I coming from a loving family, not never missing something in my life, economically or whatever, but they are not rich, my family, and what this means is means I have this desire inside me to have more, to achieve more. And what's happening is this one: when I starting this big desire to becoming the better version of my life only in the business, I arrive at one point where I achieve financial freedom, and I feel empty. What this means, like I feel without any more aspiration. But when I started to combine all these aspects, means meditation, morning, connect with the divine, with pray, clear pray, and I call pray activation is something different, like how we Italian, we are Catholic the majority, and what this means, like I remember my grandmother, she teach me how I need to pray, but the way how the majority of people pray is something is not really make sense for their life, and I want to explain why.
Please.
When you pray, what I do something really clear. First of all, I pray for somebody or something near me. They give me during my day or during my life some kind of energy, and they need at that moment something from me. I pray for them with clarity. Hey, I have this problem. This guy have this problem. This other person give me energy. I want to send to him, power, light, and everything. And after I really specify with clarity what I need to do during my day. I visualize and I see my final goal, what I really want in my life.
Yep.
Like this, and I give to whatever you believe in, the divine, God, whatever you believe, and I give to him and I tell, hey, I am your servant over here to bring what I have in my mind in the world through action. And this clarity gives me the possibility to starting my day with really specific focus every day, where every day I know what I need to do, where I need to go, and what is my goal for the day. Some days better, some days less, but this is the really important point. And all this aspect is so important, Peter.
No, yeah, I agree. And I think, to your point, the way that you pray is so selfless. You're actually praying and trying, seeking to help people in your orbit, in your atmosphere. And the steps that you then map out in your day to execute is also benefiting other people. It's such a selfless approach that you have. So if you're thinking in terms of the laws of attraction, right, what you put out there is also going to be what gravitates towards you. So you're attracting the same kind of people towards yourself. Selfless people that want to help, they want to do good things for people, they understand balance. And that's really, I call it karma. I'm a good Catholic boy like you are. So if someone wants to call it karma, they could call it karma. They can do whatever they want. But,
Yeah.
there's a lot to be said for you put that energy out there and you're going to get that energy coming back at you times 10. So it's important to categorize that properly.
Now, I want to share with you something important. It's coming in my life. Life is a process where you learn every day. You learn experience every day, and uh, I understand from really big business people and entrepreneurs, because I have one editorial in Forbes Italy called American Now, where I interview a billionaire, multimillionaire, and I go to around the United States to find opportunity and bring to the Italian market. And now in December 2026, we will have big event in Italy. And what I learned from these people, really successful, I have the fortune to have two. Three near friend billionaire, and the way how they think is completely different. And I want to share with your audience why. First of all, you know, they realize that like bad routine give bad result. What this means, a lot of the majority of people, what they do, they starting their life, their day, and starting to be addictive with something, whatever is the case, drug, alcohol, women, men, whatever is the case. Now, wherever you are focalized, so intentional, so with really focusing what you want, arrive in your life. If you have a bad routine, and bad routine is means something don't bring you energy, but take from you energy, you will receive bad result. If you have a good routine, and good routine is so important, the majority of people, they obtain unique success, they are conscious or unconscious sometimes, but they do something where they put their mind in the flow, where they have the correct energy to achieve what they want. And I learned so important, the bad routine will bring you completely down, and you don't possible cry when arrive the bad moment in your life, because you create with your action. If you organize yourself with the correct routine, what this means, something small, day by day, exercise, meditate, pray, connect with the divine, try to share good word and action with other people, everything will arrive in your life, the good. But if you do the opposite, and this is what I learned from really wealthy human being, you will achieve the opposite. At that time will be too late to cry, because when you create some kind of ritual in your life, good or bad, becoming who you are, and when you are this kind of human being, after becoming complicated, is possible, but becoming complicated to break all the bad routine.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And it's interesting because I'm sure you realize this because I've been through it as well. We if we find ourselves in a bad routine, even one bad move in the morning, like for example, getting up in the morning and scrolling TikTok for a half an hour because you think that it's an easy way to wake up and get the day rolling, that's a bad routine. That's a dopamine rush. It's doom scrolling. It's not good. But even and then to the exceptional level, which would be drugs or alcohol use or what have you. I think what people really need to understand though is in order to change from a regimen that's not so good to a regimen that's good and productive, to your point about your billionaire friends, you don't have to make massive dramatic changes day one. You can inch, it's a journey. You can inch your way along. You can start up, say, okay, from now on, every morning when I wake up, I'm going to make my bed. I'm going to start the day by completing a task. I'm going to make my room nice and neat. And then I'm going to figure it out from there. One little step. There's Admiral McCraven, University of Texas commencement speech. He talks about that. If you want to change the world, start out by making your bed. And
Yeah.
so it's really that simple. Just little steps turn into momentum. Momentum turns into big steps. Big steps turns into a productive, healthy, rich, happy lifestyle.
Yeah, and I am 100% agree with you. And reality, you need to have some kind of method in your life to have the possibility when you are in the down moment to be attached to something. And this is coming in my life, arrive in my life in the really low point, where at one time, like around 2011, when I'm moving to Florida, I feel alone. My ex fiance is no decide to don't support me in my change of my life. The business I create with a lot of success in Italy lose revenue, and I need to sell some of my shop. I have at that time 20 shop, and one of my partner still one company I create for zero with $15 million. What this means, I know it's really dark moment.
Yeah.
And when I arrive over here, I realize how is important to have something clear in your mind to do every day to bring you in the correct direction of your life. And after, I achieve some other kind. In the book I explain these two parts: the part where I create energy to this method and real estate part. But the other part of this method is biohacking, and it's something, how you see in my back, Dave Asprey. I have the nice conversation with Dave Asprey, the creator of biohacking over
Yep.
here in the United
Of
States.
course.
And really something give me another aspect of creation, because now I utilize different kind of device like brain tap, aura, where I add with the meditation. I'm no addictive to this kind of the device, because what it means for me is so important. Have my uh, possibility to generate the energy without nothing, with the meditation,
Right.
with the exercise. But I utilize different kind of device with biohacking and integration for my body or my mind, where help me during my day. And the last one, exercise. I believe in the exercise specific for your age, for your capacity of your body, for your muscle, where you want to go. All these aspect is important for me to have the correct kind exercise specific for everybody. This four pillar create this method where bring me the energy I need to achieve the result in real estate, the result in every day where you have a problem and anything. And I connect with the part about real estate, because I believe, Peter, after many years, uh, I'm an investor pragmatic, but with sensible aura. What this means, I believe now in create energy with this method, plus go with clarity after what you want in your life. And real estate is the vehicle where really you possible achieve unique success, if you particularly you are in USA, because it's really amazing how you possible create wealth to real estate. I'm 100% with all my heart in this business, because I believe it's the most powerful possibility to generate money.
Yeah, it really is. I was a real estate developer for 15 years. Developed property in Tennessee, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi. It is an incredibly challenging but incredibly rewarding industry to be in. In fact, my daughter just graduated from college. She went to the University of Illinois, and she and I worked through how to get her into the real estate development world. She wants to do what daddy does. She's been watching me do it since she was 10 years old, and she's got a job with a big real estate developer, and she's loving every minute of it. It's an incredibly sophisticated and difficult business. You got to have very
Mm-hmm.
thick skin. I got caught in the crash of '09. And
Mm-hmm.
so you got to have very thick skin, but it's certainly an incredible industry. Actually, the industry that anybody finds themselves in, if it makes them happy, is the industry that works. It's the industry for them. And I think that's, and I know we got to finish up here, so I'll close out and then ask you where we can get the book. But that's one of the things I love about your book the most. You really tie everything back to happiness. Find out individually what makes you happy. And then here's the way you can go about getting it. Channel the energy, listen to your gut, pay attention, keep the building blocks moving. And so that's why I found such an awakening when I was looking at considering and reading your book, because it's the happiness component that not a lot of us are finding these days. So very well appreciated, my friend.
Peter, like I believe in something, this reward is possible have for everybody. It's no, you achieve how you share, you explain from one day to another one. A lot of people, they want happiness, be rich and wealthy in from one day to another one. You are like to create something beautiful. You need to have the possibility to do every day, step by step, and you will have one day where you feel less energy and you will work in this part. But it's important, I am believe now, and I don't want 2 day becoming 3 day, 4 day.
Right.
When something different happening in my life, I will stop immediately the situation. I will close the chapter, because if I continue to think about, and I seen a lot of people that remain stuck in their life because they remain in the past, and they continue to think about until they will die, how if I will do that, I will be in better position. If in reality the most important part to be healthy is be grateful every day and be intentional grateful.
That's it.
Go every day with some kind of question, elevate yourself. I utilize three, and I share, for what I am, I have joy, for what I have gratitude, and for what give me passion. And this kind of thing, I know now specific what give me joy, what is give me passion for what I do, and when I understand what I want to really do, why I create what I want. And it's so important because when you have gratitude in your heart, too, during different moment, because life is up and down, you will have the possibility to go after with less difficulty. And this is what I believe. And for this reason, I wrote this book, Healthy, Rich, and Happy, where really my main goal is to contribute to other human beings to this method plus the real estate is possible to obtain this reward with with clear attention plus intention.
100%. And that's the beauty of the book, for real. It really is. So tell everybody where they can get it as we close out.
Yeah, Peter, I will love, first of all, to ask them to buy this book because I believe it's possible to change their life. Not because I'm so narcissistic, but for different reasons. First of all, I have, three endorsement. One is my best friend, is the billionaire, Danilo Iervolino. The second, other two, they are two multimillionaire in the real estate space, Brent Gove and Rockcliffe. And the other part is because all the money I will receive from this book will be donated to one association over here in Miami, Hermano della Calle. And, your audience possible find the book in Amazon, where, I know 100% will change the way how people think and how people, they will see the creation of energy and the possibility to build external abundance with real estate.
Beautiful. It's really, really an impressive piece of work. And Jacopo, I'd love to have you back someday. We can spend some more time diving in.
For sure, Peter. I really appreciate your invitation. Love your energy. Love your Italian background. Normally, other part really important. I see, like you told me, you have a daughter, but you looks like your daughter. Probably this is the gene, the good gene.
It's the Italian genes. It's
The
the
Italian gene, you see. And I'm happy to have this conversation and to after it to have some other conversation after this Zoom call, this podcast. Okay.
Beautiful. Take care, my friend.
Enjoy your day, Peter. Okay.
You too, sir. Bye-bye.
Okay, everyone. That brings to a close another episode of the Super Self podcast series brought to you by Jaco Rare Sugar. Here, we are going to be helping you discover the truth for all things that surround good health and well-being. We'll be offering you statistical data, clinical trial information that has been evaluated and corroborated so that you can see for yourself that we say what we mean and we mean what we say. Now, while the Super Self series is brought to you technically by Jaco Rare Sugar, I don't care if you buy the sugar. I really don't. That's not what this is about. This is about operating as the conscience across the food and beverage industry, across the health and well-being industry, which includes supplements, fitness trainers, and the like. Our goal is to provide you with the stepping stones for your own research, where you can go out and corroborate the things that we say on your own. See for yourself what it means to find a good quality of life that fits in alongside your current lifestyle or your family's lifestyle. I think it's really going to be interesting and fascinating if we take this journey together. And once again, our goal is not just to provide you with data, but to keep it interesting. I've been living a clean lifestyle for 40 years now. I've been going to the gym for almost 45 years, eating clean for 40 years. And so we're going to have a ton of stories along the way about the foibles, the successes, and the failures, but we're also going to provide you with the information that you need to carry on and carry forward. Think about subscribing. We'd love it if you subscribe to us, pass this on to your friends. I think we've got a lot of edgy and interesting podcasts that are upcoming, and we certainly will look forward to any feedback that you want to provide. Until next time, cheers.